Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we call the daily Bible reading our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, the second week after Pentecost in the season of ordinary time. This is the season to live an extraordinary, disciplined life as you experience spiritual growth. The lectionary reading is from the Songbook of the Bible, Psalm 64, a poem written by David when he was persecuted by his enemies who were secretly plotting to destroy him. This left David feeling frustrated, and in his frustration, he turned to God, asking God to act on his behalf. David's opening words in the poem are, "Hear my voice, O God." He had been waiting for God to help him, just as a thirsty person waits for water to drink. His situation was going from bad to worse. He heard that other men had joined forces with Saul's army in an attempt to destroy him. So he called on the Lord to preserve his life from these fearsome enemies. The adage, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt," did not hold true for David. The bitter words of his enemies were like a sharpened sword, and David described their words as snipers hiding out and then suddenly firing surprise shots at him. All David could do was pray. Ask the Lord to preserve his life from his enemies' malicious designs, and most of all, to keep him from fear. Fear has a way of tormenting a person, paralyzing them, and immobilizing them. David was grateful the Lord had heard his cry for help and answered with the Lord's own arrow. You see, the enemy shot many arrows of bitter words at David, but their words were as the wind. When the Lord responded, he suddenly shot at the enemies of David with one arrow. The one arrow of the Lord was to use the exact words the enemies had spoken to David and to bring about their ruin on themselves. David's enemies condemned and destroyed themselves with their own tongues. They doubled up in pain, falling flat on their faces in full view of the people. Those watching from the sidelines recognized that it was the Lord who had come to David's aid. They celebrated and glorified the Lord for what he had done. David could only express gratitude. God, you heard my voice in my lamenting.